after Ryan Garcia took it to Twitter with his racist comments, consequences are still kicking him in the face.
You a clout chaser. That's all you are. You looking for attention. You trying to live a life that you didn't grow up in. You're not that, Ryan. Okay? You're a boxer. Stick to that, bro.
From being suspended for a year to being banned, it seems that we might be witnessing the end of Garcia. Within the comments coming in from the boxing world, Mike Tyson's are the most recent, and Mike isn't taking it easy on Garcia. It all started when a video surfaced on Twitter during a meeting hosted by Garcia himself. His use of the racial slur quickly went viral, drawing quick backlash. Many fans felt betrayed, while others were simply shocked that such a prominent figure in the sport would make such a mistake. Garcia, who has millions of followers and a squeaky clean image, was suddenly at the center of a storm. The public reaction was immediate and intense. Social media platforms were flooded with comments condemning Garcia's actions. Prominent figures from various sports and entertainment fields voiced their opinions, from like Oscar de la Hoya, the Haneys, and even the WBC itself, calling for accountability and education. In between all this, Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion known for his fierce demeanor both in and out of the ring, decided to share his thoughts. Tyson, never one to mince words, spoke during a recent episode of his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. He didn't hold back, delivering a scathing critique of Garcia's actions. Listen, man, when you're in the public eye, you gotta be careful about what you say, Tyson began. Ryan's a young guy, but that doesn't excuse what he did. You can't just throw words like that around and expect people to forget. This ain't the streets, this is real life, and words have consequences. Tyson continued, saying, "The young kid needs to understand the history behind that word. It's not just a word, it's a symbol of hate, of pain. He needs to educate himself and really grasp the weight of what he said. You don't get a free pass because you're a boxer or because you're young. This is serious, and he needs to treat it as such." Now, the controversy surrounding Ryan Garcia has been a significant topic in the boxing world recently. On Thursday, July 4th, WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman announced that Garcia, a 25-year-old boxing sensation, would no longer be associated with the organization due to his recent racist and profane rant on X Spaces. The decision came after a video surfaced where Garcia made deeply offensive comments, including racial slurs and disturbing remarks about George Floyd, the deceased victim of police brutality. Mauricio Sulaiman took to social media to express his concern over Garcia's behavior and the potential underlying issues contributing to it. He voiced his fears for Garcia's mental health and suggested that substance abuse might be a factor. In a follow-up text, Sulaiman elaborated on his concerns, emphasizing the urgent need for intervention to safeguard Garcia's well-being. "I am worried for his life, and it's extremely urgent for someone to take the proper actions," Sulaiman stated. This remark highlights the severity of the situation and the WBC's stance on maintaining integrity and respect within the sport.
Everybody, I'm just here to show you I didn't miss a beat. Watch this shit. Let's play with it. Jab first.
Garcia's rant was filled with inflammatory language and hateful comments directed at black people. He shockingly declared, "I hate N, I'm anti-black, I'm the triple KKK. Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and go kill that N again." Such statements are not only deeply offensive, but also indicative of a profound disrespect for the gravity of historical and ongoing racial issues. However, this incident is not isolated. It fits into a broader pattern of erratic and troubling behavior from Garcia. Leading up to his fight with Devin Haney in April, Garcia's social media activity was erratic and alarming. Fans and analysts were unsure if Garcia's behavior was an attempt to troll or if it indicated deeper mental health struggles. His conduct during this period raised questions about his readiness and stability.
They wanted to really battle the case or prove their innocence, really. So it's a year, it's really not that long a time. My worry more is what happens during that year.
Garcia's unprofessionalism extended to the physical aspects of his preparation as well. He missed weight for the Haney fight, leading to criticism and doubts about his commitment and focus. However, Garcia managed to silence some critics by winning the fight via unanimous decision, knocking down Haney twice. Yet, this victory was short-lived as Garcia tested positive for banned substances, leading to the bout being declared a no contest. The New York State Athletic Commission suspended Garcia from boxing for a year, further tarnishing his reputation.
That's great for Devin, but Devin still has to put up with the ghosts of that night and going through that beating against the man that had performance-enhancing drugs in his system.
Adding to his troubles, Garcia was arrested in June on suspicion of vandalism at the Beverly Hills Waldorf Astoria Hotel. This incident, coupled with his previous actions, paints a picture of a young athlete spiraling out of control. His lack of remorse following the racist rant only exacerbated the situation. Instead of showing contrition, Garcia took to social media to challenge his critics, inviting them to come and try him. In the wake of the controversy, Garcia's parents issued a public statement condemning their son's words. They distanced themselves from his views and highlighted his ongoing struggles with mental health. This statement, while necessary, further complicated the complexity of Garcia's situation and the need for a comprehensive approach to address his issues. The public outcry has been swift and severe. Prominent figures from various fields have expressed their disappointment and condemnation of Garcia's behavior. Former Dallas Cowboys star Dez Bryant was among those who commented on social media, reflecting the widespread disapproval of Garcia's actions. It didn't stop with Dez Bryant. Former boxer Ishii Smith did not mince words in his criticism of Garcia. Smith's comments showed a sentiment of frustration and disappointment shared by many in the boxing community. Former super middleweight champion Caleb Plant also voiced his disapproval, underscoring the need for accountability and respect within the sport. Currently, Ryan Garcia, once a rising star in the boxing world, finds himself entangled in a web of controversy and public scrutiny following his recent use of racial slurs on social media. This incident has not only marred his reputation, but has also led to significant personal and professional consequences. The 25-year-old boxer's apology and subsequent actions to seek help underscore a tumultuous period in his life, marked by erratic behavior and troubling decisions. On a somber Friday, Ryan Garcia addressed the public with a heartfelt apology aimed at the communities he offended. First and foremost, I want to apologize to the Black community. I apologize to the Muslim community, basically for my language and my vocabulary, Garcia expressed, with a little joke in it. He acknowledged the gravity of his actions, emphasizing that there was no excuse for his behavior, regardless of the circumstances. Garcia admitted to being under the influence at the time and recognized his responsibility as a public figure. I obviously have a big responsibility as a famous athlete, and I was very under the influence, and I'm going through a lot, but I have no excuse. Garcia's announcement that he is seeking help was a significant step forward. I just want to be a positive influence now. I'm headed to rehab and I'm going to make a real change in my heart. Like I said, all I can do is be better, he declared, indicating a desire to transform his life and rectify his mistakes. His return to Twitter Spaces, where he reiterated his apology, showed a genuine effort to make amends, though the conversation briefly veered off track before moderators intervened. Garcia spoke of the negative influence of some friends who were hyping him up, but he firmly stated, I'm not going to make any excuse. I'm not going to say they forced me. I'm just saying they were pushing it. The repercussions of Garcia's actions have been swift and severe. I feel really bad and I hope you guys understand my heart, Garcia said during his apology. I am expelled from boxing as I should be for my comments, and hey, I don't get to box again. I lost a lot of sponsorships. Trust me, what I said is not going well for me, but I deserve it, and I'm not trying to act like I don't deserve it. This candid admission showed the magnitude of the fallout from his racial slurs. The World Boxing Council president Mauricio Suleiman confirmed Garcia's expulsion, revealing that Garcia had declined multiple attempts for our help with mental health and substance abuse. Garcia's decision to seek rehabilitation and therapy is a response to the multifaceted challenges he faces. I'm going to rehab and getting therapy, just trying to work through my own traumas, and then I'm going to come back better for sure, he stated. His personal life has been tumultuous, with accusations of PEDs use, a ban from boxing, a divorce, and mental health struggles all contributing to his current state.
Listen, this don't surprise me that Ryan Garcia is talking about that he's retired and he's not going to stand up for his faith in 48 hours. Everybody's been protecting him.
A lot of things are happening in my life, man. I feel falsely accused of doing steroids. They banned me from a sport I love so much. I'm going through a divorce and my own mental struggles in itself. It's not really fun for me. Life is not fun right now. Garcia's recent actions are part of a pattern of troubling behavior. Leading up to his highly anticipated bout with Haney in April, questions about his mental fitness were rampant due to his erratic online behavior.
You seem to celebrate guys on drugs in the ring, but you're running out of time. In 48 hours, your boy, Ryan Garcia, will be suspended.
Despite defeating Haney in dominant fashion, knocking him down 3 times, Garcia later revealed that his bizarre antics were a promotional tactic. However, this erratic behavior didn't stop there. In June, Garcia faced a 1-year suspension from the New York State Athletic Commission after testing positive for a banned substance. This suspension led to the forfeiture of his purse from the Haney fight, and his victory was overturned to a no contest. And it wasn't even stopping here. Garcia was then arrested at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Beverly Hills for felony vandalism, having caused over $15,000 in damages to a guest room and the hallway. These incidents paint a picture of a young athlete spiraling out of control, grappling with personal demons, and making increasingly poor decisions. Now, all of Garcia's comments also caught the attention of former NBA player Stephen Jackson, who was a close friend to George Floyd.
Hey, man. Hope y'all having a good day. Check this out. Listen, first you go from taking steroids. Then you talking about digging George Floyd up and killing him again.
Jackson was incredibly close to Floyd, a friendship so deep that they called each other twin. This bond was not just a superficial nickname. It signified a relationship built on mutual respect and genuine brotherhood. Floyd's tragic end at the hands of police during a 2020 arrest in Minneapolis left a void in Jackson's life. The two had shared many memories, growing up together in Port Arthur and Houston's 3rd Ward. Floyd, 4 years Jackson's senior, often took on a protective role, looking out for Jackson whenever he visited. Jackson's 14-season NBA career, spanning 8 different teams, never diminished the strength of their bond. Despite the distance and the demands of professional sports, Jackson and Floyd remained close, even into their adulthood. This deep connection made Floyd's death all the more painful for Jackson. A loss that was not just personal, but also emblematic of broader social injustices.
Look, dog, you need to get some help, bro. Because we don't play by the same rules that you play by in that ring, dog.
In the wake of Floyd's death, emotions ran high. When Ryan Garcia made the controversial comment about Floyd, Jackson was quick to respond. Somebody tell at the rate Ryan Garcia pulled up to 3rd Ward, Texas, and say that shit again about G. Floyd and see what happens, Jackson posted on Twitter on Thursday. This wasn't just a threat, it was a declaration that Floyd's memory deserved respect. For Jackson, bringing up the dead in a derogatory manner was a sign of inner turmoil. When people bring up the dead, it shows who's really dying inside. Free game, it's a different set of rules outside the ring, kid. Get some help before it's too late. Jackson also took his message to Instagram, posting a minute-long video urging Garcia to keep George Floyd's name out your mouth. The video was more than a warning. It was a heartfelt plea for respect. Jackson's emotions were raw and palpable, reflecting the deep hurt caused by Garcia's words.
First things first is good in terms of the speed that the New York State Athletic Commission have dealt with it. Again, this is only my opinion. When you kind of accept guilt behind closed doors to do a deal, things can get wrapped up a lot quicker.
Garcia, however, seemed unfazed by Jackson's comments. About an hour after Jackson's posts, Garcia went on a live stream to address the situation. "You ain't going to catch me apologizing for nothing. Try to touch me all you all want. Shoot me if you want," Garcia said during his live video. His response was defiant, a stark contrast to the emotional appeal made by Jackson. The exchange between Jackson and Garcia showed the tensions that can arise when discussing sensitive topics. Jackson's protectiveness over Floyd's memory was understandable given their close relationship. Floyd's death was a significant event, not just for Jackson but for the entire country, sparking protests and calls for justice. And for someone like Garcia to speak about Floyd in a way that Jackson perceived as disrespectful was deeply hurtful. Jackson's responses were not just about defending Floyd, they were about upholding a sense of dignity and respect. His message to Garcia was clear. There are some lines that should not be crossed, especially when it comes to the deceased. Jackson's warnings were rooted in a code of honor, one that demanded respect for those who had passed, particularly in tragic and unjust circumstances.
It didn't offend me. It made me feel very sad for him to hear him speak in the way that he was speaking. And even hear him saying he wasn't gonna regret it.
The situation also underscored the different worlds that athletes and public figures navigate. For Jackson, Floyd's death was a personal loss that carried significant emotional weight. For Garcia, his comments were perhaps more flippant, not fully grasping the depth of the hurt they could cause. This disconnect highlighted the importance of understanding and empathy, particularly in public discourse. Gervonta Tank Davis's assistant coach, Kenny Ellis, has made it clear that there will not be a rematch between Tank and Ryan Garcia, following Garcia's controversial remarks on social media this week. Ellis, who assists the WBA lightweight champion Tank Davis, emphasized that Ryan Garcia's comments have disqualified him from a second chance in the ring against Tank. "We don't want the rematch. Nope, never. Tank will never fight him," Ellis told Mill City Boxing. His strong words reflected the deep disappointment and anger sparked by Garcia's remarks. Ryan Garcia, just F up. F him. He knows what he did. He needs to go somewhere and see a shrink. F him. Despite Ellis's definitive stance, the decision on Tank Davis's fights ultimately does not rest with him. The real question is whether Tank Davis, who has struggled to achieve high pay-per-view numbers without Garcia, can secure another fight with the popular boxer. Garcia's star power significantly boosted the viewership for their first match, marking it as one of the highest grossing events for Tank. Ellis's comments underscore a broader issue within the boxing world: the financial and reputational stakes tied to such high-profile matches. In the boxing hierarchy, Ryan Garcia currently stands as arguably the biggest star in the US, while Tank occupies the hashtag 2 spots. This dynamic was glaringly evident in the aftermath of their fight. The huge PPV numbers for the Tank-Garcia fight were largely attributed to Garcia's popularity. Following this bout, Tank's fight against Frank Martin on June 15th failed to replicate the success, reverting to his previous low PPV numbers. The disparity in viewership highlighted Tank's reliance on Garcia's fanbase to drive major financial gains. It became clear that Tank's ability to draw crowds independently was limited. Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, continues to pull impressive numbers. His rumored PPV success in his fight against Devin Haney demonstrates his strong following and marketability. This stark contrast raises an important question: who truly needs whom in this scenario? While Tank's team may publicly dismiss the need for a rematch, the underlying reality is that Tank benefits significantly from Garcia's drawing power. Tank's Cinderella moment, marked by the high PPV numbers of his fight with Garcia, has faded, bringing him back to his modest viewership levels.
First of all, we at Golden Boy, including myself, we don't condone any,
Additionally, Tank Davis faces another critical issue: the need for new coaching talent. With a high-stakes fight against Vasily Lomachenko on the horizon in November, Tank's current coaches may not be able to provide the necessary training to elevate his game. Lomachenko is known for his superior boxing skills and tactical prowess, having previously schooled fighters like George Kambosos Jr. For Tank to stand a chance, he needs coaches who can offer new strategies and advanced techniques. Coach Kenny Ellis's strong words about Garcia needing to see a shrink reflect the emotional and psychological dimensions of the sport. The only question right now is not about Garcia facing Tank in the future, but if Ryan Garcia will actually be back to the sport after all the events that have followed the Haney fight. What's your take though? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more updates. See you in the next one.